everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some makeup do's and don'ts. Some of these I recently did try for myself and I said to myself, oh my gosh, you have to come and warn the beauties. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. Another makeup don't is to buy a foundation because you see another influencer or a makeup artist online using that foundation. You cannot buy a foundation shade just because someone else prefers it or it works for them. You have to investigate what will work for you. Even if your skin looks similar, even if your skin seems to be a similar shade, it's best to really investigate if you can get in store and kind of sample and test what will be the best foundation for you, because you really cannot use what other people use and expect to get the same result. Many times it's just going to look totally discolored, it's not going to match your complexion, and so it's going to wind up being a waste of money for you. So it's definitely worth the extra effort to go into store to try to shade match yourself or to have someone help you get your shade. Of course, there are methods to find your shade.
I want to show you the easiest way to find your foundation shade. So we all have skin undertones. You're either cool, neutral, or warm. So let's break this down. If you're warm undertone, your veins are going to be green or olive. Now, when it comes to neutral, that's me. My veins are bluish green. And if you're cool undertone, your veins are going to be purple blue. Next time you're in the store, I want you to grab 3 foundations that's close to your skin shade. I want you to check for the undertones. They may be displayed on the bottom of the side where the display is. So then you're gonna swatch those shades on your chest. So you wanna let it sit for about a few minutes. So now I'm going to tap in the foundations into my skin, and whichever one blends better into the skin, that's going to be my foundation shade. For me, the middle shade is looking better. This has more of a reddish undertone. This one is just too dark. Hope this helps, and stay tuned because I know a website that you can plug in 2 of your foundations and it'll show you all your foundations in every brand. So I'll see you guys in my next video.
You might be a shade in one brand and then in another brand you're a different shade. So it's really worth the extra effort to go into store and to try to get yourself matched right. Especially for something that is pretty pricey like foundation, you want to make sure that you get the right shade for you and don't just purchase what you see someone else using online, because it's going to be very rare that that shade will work for you as well. Another makeup don't is definitely don't do those makeup hacks where you see people using a fork, where you see people using even scotch tape in their mouth. Now I know that I have tried this makeup hack and I've tried these things, and that's why I'm here to warn you. Don't do them. It was a huge mistake to do the hack where I put the tape in my mouth, for example, or many people are using a fork to do their eyeshadow or a spoon, and it's just not necessary, and many times it could actually be dangerous. Now, people putting a fork to their eye, you know, one wrong move and they're gonna get poked in the eye with a fork. So these makeup hacks, they really need to stop. They need to stop recommending many of these makeup hacks because, again, people are gonna get hurt. It's dangerous, and you know, I myself did again try the hack where I put the tape in my mouth and it was just pretty much disgusting. It was a waste of time. And so definitely don't do those makeup hacks that look crazy. Many times these influencers and makeup artists and things like that, they're just doing this for the shock factor. So these are not things that you actually want to do or that will actually help you in your makeup look. They're not going to do anything for you. They're just pretty much a waste of time. So definitely don't do those crazy makeup hacks that you see all over. They're just not worth it. Another makeup don't is you definitely don't want to leave your contour unblended. I see so many people with their contour totally just not blended. They just make a line and they leave it there. They'll put lines down their nose and they don't blend it. Now, why? I don't know why they're doing this. It doesn't look natural. It looks very artificial, unless, you know, maybe that's the look you're going for. But in general, I would say don't do that. Don't leave your contour unblended. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look natural. It's not going to enhance your natural beauty. It's not even going to really enhance your makeup look. You can do a very glam look, but blend it, you know, and then just layer more on top. But you always want to blend the contour. You always want to blend those harsh lines. So that's another makeup don't. Don't leave your contour unblended. Definitely blend your contour And again, if you want that glam look, just go ahead and layer more product on, layer and blend, layer and blend. But don't just put it on and leave it there, because it just winds up looking rather clown-like, rather comical, and it doesn't look very natural. So it's not a look that's going to enhance your natural beauty and your natural look, or even your makeup artistry. So I don't see the purpose in doing that whatsoever. So that's definitely a makeup don't. Another makeup don't is to put on your foundation and not blend it down into your neck or blend it well into your skin. Don't forget to layer your foundation and blend it down into your jawline, and if need be, take it down your neck. You don't want to, again, just put the foundation on your skin and not work it well into your skin. Make sure you blend it, make sure you take it down your neck again if you need to. At the very least, blend it into your jawline and into this area so everything looks seamless and everything looks natural. But you definitely don't want to just plop the foundation onto your skin and not blend it well into your complexion. You want to make sure that everything is seamless and that there's no lines of demarcation. So if you see that your skin is one shade and then there's another shade on another part of your face, you have to make sure and blend it all in so the same color is uniform throughout your face. Now, this is a makeup tip that I recently learned and I absolutely love it. So what it is that you don't want to take your bronzer and really put it under your cheekbones and kind of carve out this area. You want to take your bronzer or even your contour and put it on top of your cheekbones. And what this is going to do, it's going to lift your face. It's going to make you look so much more youthful because you're putting it up higher. You're actually, again, lifting your face. When you put the bronzer and the contour very deep and very low under your cheekbones, what you're doing is you're elongating your face, you're bringing your face down, and so you really don't want to do that. So I would say don't do that. If you want to try something different, layer it on top of your cheekbones, blend it out, and I think you will absolutely love the effect. Again, it's going to lift your face, you're going to look sun-kissed, you're going to look effortless, and you're going to look so much younger as well. Another makeup don't is blending downwards. You always want to blend upwards. You want to work all of your products upwards in an upwards motion so that you can lift your face again. So you don't want to blend downward with your products. Again, you want to lift, you want to move everything upwards. You want to move your brushes in an upwards motion. Even with your eyeshadow, you can be flicking upwards and it's just going to make everything look more lifted, and it's going to give you a much more wide awake look if you're putting your eyeshadow on and lifting the brush, kind of flicking upwards. It's very subtle, but it's going to definitely make your face look more lifted and more youthful. So another makeup don't is doing your makeup on dirty skin. You always want to apply your makeup to clean skin. So always make sure that you clean your face well before you put on your makeup. If you can exfoliate or even put on a mask beforehand, that is going to be the ultimate. But at the very least, put a wipe over your face, use some micellar water on your skin, and just really clean your skin, because you don't want to start with your skin being dirty in any way or having any leftover products. You want everything to look fresh. You want your skin to look beautiful, and everything will look much more smoother. You won't have as much texture if you start with a clean complexion. So make sure your makeup base, which is your skin, you want everything to be clean, and it's going to make the makeup apply better. Everything is just going to look much more seamless and much more beautiful for you. And finally, another makeup don't is don't forget to wash your face at night. Make sure you take off all of your makeup before you go to bed. Use a wipe at the very least. I personally use a wipe and I wash my face when I wear makeup. You want to make sure and get all of the makeup off of your face before you go to sleep. You don't want to clog your pores. You don't want to irritate your skin. And this is also anti-aging as well, because it's going to help you to not get wrinkles and things like that, because a lot of makeup products do have different harsh ingredients in them, like alcohol, and if you don't take your makeup off, it's just going to sink into your skin and it's going to cause irritation, it's going to cause dryness, and it's going to cause wrinkles. So it's going to make you look older in the long run. So always make sure that you take off your makeup before you go to bed. So those are my makeup do's and don'ts. Let me know what you think of these tips and tricks. Let me know what you think of these do's and don'ts down below. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure that you subscribe, and also give me a thumbs up if you liked today's video, because it helps me out so much. So again, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you're all doing good, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.